Okay. Hey, it's Carl here, and we're live. We're going to be talking about basically, what the heck did I call this thing now? Now I got to go and look. It's based on module number 5 of the Top Producer and Empower Network, and it's basically going to be about rapport, responsiveness, and building relationships with the people that you want to basically grow in your business with you. Okay, and I go over this particular module, this one here in module 7 of Top Producer in the Empower Network system. And it's because these particular 2 modules, I mean, there's like 10 modules in there, but these particular 2 ones are very, very potent on converting your prospects, your leads to actually paid members. Okay? And it's because it's all part of a process. And David Wood has always been focused on that particular way of introducing, and that's building the relationship, providing the value, okay? Because people join people in business, everybody, okay? I think we're all aware of that, okay? And they don't join companies. So the only way that you are going to be able to build that relationship with anybody is providing the best value you possibly can to them, okay? We talk about, on module 5, he talks about a few of the people that and module 7, both of them, a few of the people that came to him in the business, especially module 7. He's talking about how, Aaron Rashkin and Paul Hutchins and all these people, how they came and joined him in business. They joined him because of the value that he was providing to them, okay? Not because of whatever product he was selling, it was the value, okay? And you get Paul Hutchins, who does, I'm not sure if he still does this, but he did every single morning, Monday to Friday, if he's still doing it, I haven't been on them, but he does these Think and Grow Rich, half-hour little things. I don't know if he does them live or whether he used to do them on a conference call, but now I think he does them live. And basically, all he's doing is he's just talking about certain aspects of the book, Think and Grow Rich, and talking wealth into people, basically is what he's doing. And because he does that, he grows his following because he has people that he's basically mind cleansing into the right thought pattern, right? You got a question, Cosmos?
No, sorry.
Okay.
No.
So, these kind of things are what attract things. Like with Paul Hutchins, he has people that are joining him, just like I have with all the hangouts and the trainings that I do. People tend to watch you. And over time, and sometimes they're in a business, and maybe, that business at that time is going well for them, so they're not ready to make a transition over to yours. But down the road, maybe something happens with their business. Maybe their business starts to decline. Maybe it goes out of business. And at that point, now they're ready to make a transition over. So it's just a matter of them saying, hey, hey, Carl, or hey, Fern, or hey, Cosmos, you know what? I've been watching you for months. At that point, I wasn't ready, but now I am. I want to come on board. And I have people doing that all the time to me. Yesterday I had someone come on board with me yesterday because they'd been watching me for months and all of a sudden came on board, right? It happens. I have that happen to me all the time because they're tuning into my hangouts, my trainings, and they're watching how I'm providing the information. Like, today we're going to be talking about module 5 and module 7 of Top Producer because those are very, very powerful. And I think I've mentioned this to you guys many times on my Hangouts, how powerful those modules are. And it's a $500 package. If anybody has to think about paying $500 for a package that could literally make them tens of thousands, they're not ready for this industry. They're not at all, okay? And they probably never will be. And then we've got the other side of the scope. And the reason I'm actually doing this call today is because I've had people come to me from not only my downline, but other people in Empower Network coming to me saying, Carl, I've been in this thing for a while. I'm doing everything that I think I'm supposed to be doing and nothing's happening. So, you know, I go to them, I go, well, you know, have you gone through the modules? Like, do you own all the products? Yes, I'm all in. Have you gone through these modules? No, I've never even touched them. You see, this is the thing I talk about, is when people buy products and they don't even use them. This is it, you know, this is the education that I keep talking about all the time. And it drives me batty when people come to me and they already own these valuable products and haven't even opened up page 1 on them. So today, for everybody who's listening to this, whoever's on the panel, that if you own Top Producer, you've got to be going through module 5 and 7 specifically every single week. Yesterday in my other business that I have, I registered 5 people in that business, all using the information from module 5 and 7 in Empower Network. And I've done this. I've made tens of thousands of dollars in other businesses, guys, with Empower Network's products. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have made the couple $100,000 I have over the years in this industry. And all of that is all because of those modules. Okay? Literally, I've been in business for now 36 years in this industry, and I've made most of my money in the last 5 years. And it's basically all starting with Empower Network, 4 years with Empower. And it's because I used that product that I paid for to build my businesses. And this can be done for anything. I've helped people use that same strategy to build brick and mortar businesses. It's all about asking the right questions. For instance, in module 7, it's about closing on the phone, closing your prospects. It's all about making sure you deliver the right message across. How many have read or gone through the video series of Top Producer that own it?
Some.
Okay.
Some.
Just some.
How many of you know what module 7 is without going in and looking at it?
No, I went through it a while ago. I don't know what's in what.
So you don't even know what module 7 is?
Yeah, that's
No.
right. I'm the same. I've watched them all, but I don't have a clue what.
It's all about phone closing. It's all about closing your prospects on the phone. Okay? That's what it is. For basically one-on-one questioning, that sort of thing. Okay? Your one-on-one conversation, closing on the phone, whatever, however you're doing it. Okay? And it's all about asking the right questions and making sure you're delivering the right messaging. See, here's the thing that everybody does in this industry. They do desperate marketing, okay? And what desperate marketing is that they will put whatever it is to get somebody to fill out their form and to have them become a lead, okay? They'll write whatever they can, and some of it's deceitful marketing, okay? They'll write anything they possibly can to get somebody to go and fill out a form, okay? Then when they get on the phone, they're going to make all kinds of promises they can't deliver on to get people to actually pay into their business. And what ends up happening is the refund rate goes up very, very high. Or they leave the business and label you as a scammer. Okay? That's what happens. Now, the right way to be doing things is module 7. Who owns Top Producer in here?
I do.
Okay. Everybody after this call, you go through Top Producer and you watch module 5 and you watch module 7. Okay? That's your homework for today.
Okay.
That's what you've got to do. Okay? I'm telling you, things will happen for you in the next 24 hours. And if you have to, watch them twice. Okay? But really, really listen to them. Okay? Don't have any kind of distraction. It's like listening to an audio, okay? You can listen to it in the background if you want. You can watch it and listen to it, however you want to do it, but you got to listen to it, okay? Because it's going to come in. I mean, like, you know, here's one of the things that they talked about with one of the guests that he brought up, and I'm not going to name who the guest is. You guys have to watch it to see who that is, okay? But basically, he asked his guest, what is it that you say to your prospects in order to get them to join? Well, first of all, in his presentation, the information he sends out, he's got in there when he's doing his promotion out there, whatever it is, he never sends a link. He always says, you've got to ask me for info. But he states below it, if you're not prepared to take action, don't ask me. Okay? He goes through the weeding factor right away, and everybody should be doing that because you will attract every riffraff there is on the internet. Okay? You don't want those people in your business. David Wood has said this, and you'll see him say that on there. He goes, I don't want everybody in my business. I only want people who want to make things better for themselves. There's a difference. There's a lot of people out there, 80 to 90% of those people, or maybe up to 95%, want it, but don't want to do anything to get it. And then there's 5% or less that want it and will do anything to get it. That's the 5% you want. So you need to weed things, okay? So when you're doing your marketing out there, the best thing that you can do is make sure that you put on your marketing. First of all, don't provide links, okay? Keep the links away, okay? Sometimes it might be necessary to put them, but for the majority of the time, especially if you are going and digging, okay? If you're digging for people, which is basically, hey, I want to get some feedback on this, or let's say, I've got something I've come across. It's of supreme value. It's helped me tremendously. If you want more info, just text more info. Okay? But you can also put below there saying, but please, if you're just kicking tires and are not serious, don't reply. Okay? Now you're going to get a lot of people who are going to say, oh, well, I don't want to work. You don't want to work with those people because those are the people that aren't going to do anything with you anyway. So they're going to end up leaving your business. Okay? Now, when they finally communicate with you, okay, step 2 is you want to get them onto your social media. So immediately you want them connecting with you on Facebook unless you've met them there, but you want them on your Skype. If you're not using Skype, download it today, get it, and no questions asked. If you have to ask a question why you need to get it, then none of this information I'm giving you is going to do you any good. That's simple, okay? So the second thing you're going to do is you're going to tell them that they need to get on Skype, and then you guys need to have a conversation, okay? When the conversation comes, that conversation is not going to be that long. When you get on the phone, you're going to be asking them just a few simple questions, okay? First question is, what drew you to this in the first place? What made you want to request more information? Okay? That's the first thing. This is what I go through on the phone all the time. Okay? I ask people what they want out of this. Okay? The second question is, what are you prepared to do? Okay? What are you prepared to do to take your life financially, spiritually, and everything to the next level? Okay? That's the second thing. The third thing is are you willing to take action right now? Okay? So yes. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go here. I want you to register right now. Okay? And once you've done that and I see you in the system, I want you to call me back and I'll take you to stage 2. If they say no, you say, I really appreciate the phone call, but only call me back when you're ready to take action. That's it. That's how simple it is. That's not a long conversation. Okay? That whole phone call should take you less than 5 minutes. So they're either going to take action or they're not. And don't be scared to tell them, don't call me back until you're ready to take action. Okay? Because that's going to start making them think now, okay, what have I done? Some of them are just going to go, well, you know, if you're that way, these are the people you don't want in your business. Okay, does this all make sense to everybody? Anybody want to comment on that?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Okay, how many of you have taken action like that at all?
I can't say I have.
Okay, so here's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about what you're doing right now and how we can fix that. Okay, so let's go across the table. Nicole, I'm going to start with you. Okay, I want to know what you're doing now. I don't care what it is. I want to know what you're doing now and what you're prepared to do from today forward. Nicole? I think she froze up. Or she's not hearing me. Okay, Dale, we'll go to you.
Well, what I'm doing right now is trying to increase or increase my reach on Facebook, using some of the techniques that that John shared with us, and then trying to connect with those people and start a conversation with them. That's number one. And that's a slow process, but I'm noticing that, you know, I do get a few people to at least initiate a conversation. Some will, some won't, and the ones that don't eventually won't be in my contacts anymore. I'll just unfriend them because they're not people that I, like you said, that I want in my business. The second thing I'm doing is utilizing some other free strategies. You know, safe list marketing, some traffic exchanges, and trying to get people at least on my list, and then talk to them in the emails about connecting with me. Now, what I have not done, which is a biggie for me, is trying to create, you know, trying to find them in other, you know, on social media and things of that nature. I've tried with some and not been successful, so I kind of got away from it. But I am going to go back and view those modules again, watch those modules again, because I think that's what I'm missing. Is what's in there is the piece that I'm missing.
I really do believe that. And first of all, I think what you're doing is you're spreading yourself too far apart and trying to do too many things. Okay, you know, what you need to focus in on is what you have at hand right now, whatever your list size is. Okay, your contacts that are on Skype. Here's another thing. I don't know how many of you actually connect with your people on Skype, but I connect with them every single day. And I got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds on my Skype. And I close most of my business on Skype. Okay, so you know, I think maybe what I'll do is I'll share some of that maybe on Thursday. I'm not going to do that today. What right now we need to do is we need to focus on what everybody's doing. So thanks for sharing that, Dale. Cosmos, let's go over to you.
Okay, because of the other business that I'm in, I have been using the information as Dale does and promoting via the traffic exchanges and the safe lists. The thing is, with the other product, this is where I have my leads. That's where they come from, but I can actually use those leads in any other business because they are now my leads. What you said about 5 and 7 in Top Producer is something that I need to follow through on because it would help me in focusing on how I use that information that I have from the other list.
Right.
Because other than that, I have never really even got a lead on Empower, but I have had leads in quite a bit too in Word Profits. So.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about that in the second half of this year because I think the other issue that everybody is having is how they're delivering a message. Okay. Because I think what everybody is still doing is they're not providing value-added messages. they're providing pitch added messages. Okay, so we need to figure out what everybody is saying, how they're delivering their message. And again, module 5 and module 7 are going to give you such an eye opener of how those messages are delivered. Okay, because there's no talk really about your business. It's all about providing the value across. Okay, Fern, let's go over to you.
Well, of course, it's the pitching emails, of course, that was prepared by Empower Network. As you know, there's 14 of them. It's the same video in every one of them. Last Wednesday night, I almost asked Michael Martin if they're going to fine-tune that video, change it, do something, because it's, well, I've been in since February, and it's the same tune. So they're not going out to leads every day. I've put them every second day. Now, in between that, I've created my own for Cloud to Cloud. I've only put out 5 of them, I think 4 or 5 days of that. Now, lately, I've gone to, we can, you know, we go to statistics, and then we can tell who has looked at actually our, so I've put these email addresses, and I think there's 30 of them that I've put on a separate thing, and I've created another page and then sent that out to them on the weekend, promoting, again, the shortcut for Empower Network, which is the same damn video. It needs to be changed. And then the other thing is I put the link for the Discover, well, it's a Catalog to Cloud for $47.
Yeah.
Now,
Project Titan.
Discover Titan or something?
Project Titan.
Project Titan, yeah, that's right. Now, this morning, so on the weekend, I bought some, last week I bought some more, about a week, 10 days ago, I bought some more traffic. From this time, I'm trying HQ Solo. They went out on the weekend. I must have had about 400 hits, 29 leads, and out of those, I brought them over to get response this morning. There was only 22 good ones. Now I've put them in, you know, now they're going.
You shouldn't be buying traffic on Discover Titan right now, okay? Because they're not fine-tuned enough to close, okay? So
well, no, but I'm sending. I'm sending both links. The link for Empower Network and
okay, the total shortcut works. Okay, even that video, even though you think it doesn't work, it's a very powerful video, and we do close a lot on it. But you're going to get the leads that are going to get in there. And listen, here's the whole idea, you guys, about a capture page. Okay, the capture page is to collect the leads that will lead them to an information video, okay? It's the follow-up letters that are what is gonna provide the value and close the lead, okay? Now, just remember, and we've talked about this before, that Empower Network has a set of letters that go out. These are basically for all the people that just get started, okay? But as you've become more familiar with the system and you're getting trained by us and that, we need to start writing our own personal letters, okay? Because again, people are joining you in business. They want to start hearing from you, not a robotic response. That's what I call a robotic response, when it's just coming in a generic form, okay? You need to be, like my letters that I've created, I've gone out and created all my own letters. My first letter goes out explaining, introducing myself to them, giving them all my contact information. I have a short little video in there introducing myself, and then saying that here's what I need you to do. I need you to plug into this, this, and this, okay? Now, when they're only leads and not sales coming in, they don't get sent to Team Consistency. They get sent to my personal Facebook group, right? And to connect with me on Skype so I can get them into my Skype chat. So I can close them in, and then I can send them to Team Consistency. Because Team Consistency is only going to be good enough for anybody who has joined. Okay?
Yeah.
because they can't go, they don't get sent back to your affiliate page. These are, Team Consistency site is only for those who have actually paid and gone in, and to give them direction on where they need to go. Okay, just so everybody understands that. Okay, so you don't send anybody your Team Consistency link in your introductory email to a lead. It's absolutely useless to them at that point. Those only go out to people that are paid. Okay, so your first email going out to anybody should be introducing who you are and giving them all your contact information, your Facebook, your home phone, your cell phone, your Skype, any way that they can communicate with you, so they can't give you an excuse that I didn't know how to get a hold of you. You know, my Skype goes straight to my cell phone. So if somebody phones me on Skype and I'm not at home, I get it on my cell phone. Okay, I have it forwarded to my cell. Okay, so I don't miss a call from anybody, right? So that's your first one. Your second email going out, okay, and again, this is my own opinion, but I think John and Mike will probably back me on this. Your second one should be providing some additional valued information. By the way, when you come on board with us, these are some of the perks you're going to get with us. You know, you're going to get, you know, these personal trainings that our team do. You're going to get involved with those, you know, each team member. You're going to have all these other things you're going to be plugged into. Our Team Consistency site, which is going to have additional training, blah, blah, blah. You want to be providing value in every letter that goes out, okay? And you can repeat that information in the following letters. By the way, you know, your third one going out, not sure if you, you know, saw my second letter to you, but I just want to reiterate what you're going to get when you come on board, providing them with value. And maybe if there's a technique you got, by the way, have you ever tried this in your business? And then give them a technique. You know, give them a free technique in there. Okay? The more value you start providing people in your letters going out, the bigger the chance they are going to hit that button and register. Okay? But every letter that goes out to these opt-ins that you have, they must have your link. And you can give them the direct join link. You don't even have to send them to a video. You can just get the direct join link for them to go in and register for Colatu Cloud or Colatu Basic, whatever it is that the letters for, whichever one you're marketing. Okay. So does this make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to make sure that all of you guys understand all this, okay? Because I mean, we've got such a powerful set of tools here, and I think, you know, I think Colatu Cloud or Titan has kind of got us away from that. And you know, these products that we bought are vital to the building of our Titan business. Period. I mean, what's the point in going out and creating leads and getting a ton of leads coming in if you don't know how to follow up with them, if you don't know what to do with these leads, if you don't know how to build a team, if you don't know how to draw people to you? That's not what Titan is teaching. Titan's not teaching that stuff. Titan is teaching you basically how you need to coach others. Well, you can't coach others unless you know what the basics are. And the basics are coming from the Empower Network products. Okay, so, you know, again, I'm coming out on this thing here because people were asking me, how do we work the Empower Network stuff with the Titan stuff? Well, in my opinion, we need to be using the Empower Network products in order to sell Titan. Again, that's my opinion, folks. Yes, Cosmos.
People coming in for the first time and coming in on Colatu Cloud. It means, if I recall, you have to be an affiliate, and the affiliate would be of Empower Network.
Well, again, I don't know how well that's working because the two companies are going to be separate. I don't know how they're going to be bridged, but you can come in through Colatu and become an affiliate through Colatu, and they will still be logging into the Empower Network back office until the new company launches. After that, I don't know how it's working. None of us do.
Because you see, that will cause, we're talking about the value of the Empower Network product, with people signing up for the first time in, say, Colatu. Then how do they get this information?
Again,
if they sign up there, that means that you have to be feeding them with that kind of value.
See, this is how I do things, okay? And you know, I've just started going and doing it this way because I believe that my prospects, in order to succeed in every business that they do, and whether they've got another business outside and stuff like that, they need to have the knowledge products. So I like the fact that they come in through the Empower Network back office because they're introduced to the other power products we have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen when that's separated. Because in my opinion, all of this should have been all in one.
Mm-hmm.
Like separating the two, I'm not sure what the logic is of that. I'm sure there's some kind of logic there. I'm not sure what it is. Personally, I would like to see them all together because I think all of it complements one big thing. But that's me, okay? Now, when my prospects come in, they ask me about that, and I go, look, I says, we have two sides to this. We have the actual contact management system, which is absolutely crucial to your business. You need to know how to manage your contacts, your leads, and everything. But you also have the other side here, which teaches you how to be an effective marketer, okay? It's one thing to have a contact management system and everything, that's fine and dandy, but if you don't know how to manage any of these people, you don't know how to teach any of these people, you can't give them the guidelines of how to build a business.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point? You know, the coaching will only do so much on that side.
Mm-hmm.
The coaching is not going to teach them what they learn in Top Producer, what they learn in Team Builder, what they learn in Mass Influence. Okay? It's not. Let's be honest. It's not going to teach them that. Okay? The whole purpose of the coaching side is to be able to teach you how to be able to coach the rest of your team. It's the next level of mastermind is teaching your mindset on how for you to keep focused and that in your business. Okay? It's not teaching you all the mechanics of building a business. That's not what it's teaching you. It's teaching your mindset control. Now, I could be wrong, Judy. You might want to comment on this, but you know, you've got and then you've got the upper end one, which is actually the max performance, which is actually going to teach you how to be an effective coach. Okay, but you can't coach anybody if you don't know what to do. Okay, you see, this is why hopefully I don't get heat on by people over there over what I'm saying here, but because I'm sure that it's going to come back on me. But
in my opinion, Carl, I think it's money up for the top. Money, you know, my opinion, I think it's the top leader or leaders think that, you know, two companies will be better for their pocketbook.
Well, I don't think that's what's in the intention of any of that. And I don't think it ever is, especially in David Wood. He doesn't think like that. Okay, David is trying to provide everything that you need to be the ultimate marketer. And I believe with the two companies, the products that each one has will actually do that. The separation of the two is what had me confused. Because when I went to Nashville and I saw everything there and they unleashed everything in Nashville, I was so excited because we're going to have all this stuff. And then all of a sudden they told us they're going to be two separate companies. Right? And I think that's what kind of confused everybody.
Yeah, Carl, can I give you some input on it's Judy.
Yeah.
It's the other Judy B. One of the things which I got out of Nashville, as well as some of the trainings that Dave has done, is that one of the reasons for the separation is that because granted the marketing is necessary for both the online and offline, but the idea of, I think, separating the Titan was so that they can appeal to a wider market.
No, I understand that, Judy. I understand that. But this still could have been done in one central business. They didn't have to actually separate it. So that's the only thing that I still don't understand today why they've done that. We could still have done the same thing in Empower Network and expanded it out. I understand what they want to do with going to businesses so that they don't actually have to see the network marketing side, and that's why I think it's separated into different companies. That's, but they still could have the two bridged together, and maybe they will. I don't know. I believe they should have both bridged. Okay?
Yeah, I think
and they
I
should
think
have a
that's
separate
kind of
site.
like
They should have a separate site. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I think the bridging is kind of like what Michael and John have sort of hinted at.
Maybe. And again, we haven't seen it, and I could be deadly wrong on this, okay? To me, what they should have is a separate site for the customer type base, okay? That I agree on, okay? And then you have the affiliate side, which we will use like Kalatu Cloud for and all that kind of stuff, but they can still have Kalatu Cloud on the customer side, along with all of the coaching and to separate it so that outside sources can come in and use that. And that maybe that's the whole idea is we're in the dark. And I don't know, and I don't really want to get into that. The whole idea of this thing here today was just to kind of get us back to basics on what we kind of went away from on our marketing, because everybody is struggling because we're missing the key component of our business, which is how to deal and engage properly with all of our prospects, what we need to do. Okay, because every single day I have people on my team coming to me, well, what are we supposed to do with Titan? You use what we have in Empower Network. Well, I don't have those products. Why don't you have those products? Because I was told to go here. Well, I'm telling you to go back here and get the products. Right? And then they get mad at me. Well, you just want more money. No, I want to teach you. You understand? You see, we've kind of... The importance of everything that we have, everything that we've worked for up to this date has kind of slid in kind of the wrong direction. And I understand that because that's what happens with new company launches, right? But I believe we need to concentrate heavily on everything that matters. Okay? Maybe I'm wrong, you guys. I mean, this is a think tank, I want you guys to give me your opinions on it, okay? All the products we have are powerful, but each and every one of them has its own different use. So, Judy, you want to comment? I know you do.
Well, I think nobody knows what is actually going to happen. And until we do know, everybody's going to have an opinion on it. It's like a backside, everyone's got one. So everyone will have their opinion and they'll say they should do this and they should do that and they should do something else. But for me, whether they have two companies, two names or whatever, those products are what drew me into the culture in the first place. Each and every one of those products is important.
Yep.
The Kalatu Cloud is like the cherry on the top, and it allows us to reach a wider range of people. So anyone who has a business, they need a little hub where they can put everything in there, and the Kalatu Cloud is really inexpensive and all those things can be in there. Now, we're still learning how to use the Kalatu Cloud, so we're still going through teething problems ourselves. They haven't got the whole thing together yet, so people are getting anxious about it. But for me, I'm just spending my time learning the Kalatu Cloud, learning my way around it, and thanks to Dale, he spent about 3 hours with me prior to this, getting capture pages done and learning all that sort of stuff. So for me, that's the nuts and bolts of it. But the main thing about anybody making money online or offline, you have to build yourself. If you don't grow yourself, your business will not grow. And when your business gets to a stagnant place or it's just not going anywhere, you need to look inside and grow yourself. Each time you grow yourself to another level, so your business grows. Now, you can look up anywhere and it's history. You have to keep growing yourself. I mean, I know years ago when I had a beauty salon, and I ran that beauty salon by the seat of my pants. I didn't have all the tools and tricks that Kalatu's had. I mean, I would have made a killing if I had, but I just did whatever I thought. And people are never taught how to, you have the corporate side where, well, to me, there's no common sense in corporate side, but that's just my opinion. They just do, you know, that's just a money thing, and everyone's got their job and that's how they spend their money. But when you're out in the real world and you're dealing with people, and especially now with, you've had elections over there, we've got elections here. Our guys here don't know what the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing, and I just refuse to get into any of that conversation, because at the end of the day, the people who have a small business, they're the people that keep the country afloat. It's not the big corporations. It's all the little people that have their own business and they're all got little niches everywhere. They're the people that keep the country afloat. So you don't worry about the rules and everything. You know what all the rules are, but you can work around those. If you keep building yourself up and providing value to people, and people are nervous and they're scared. I mean, you know, people I've talked to, they go, oh, what if it doesn't work? And I say, what if it does? What if it does work? Well, you know, I might have to do it for 2 years. Well, what would happen if you did it for 2 years and it didn't work? What if you didn't do it for 2 years? Where would you be in 2 years? It makes no difference. Every day passes. You either do it or you don't. And if you don't want to do it, well, then don't complain. But for people who are nervous, I think it's up to us to say to them, we can't guarantee you anything, but we've seen some fantastic results and we can show them results, how people are getting results, and we've got the tools and we've got the coaches to help you change your mindset so that you're not just concentrating on the dollar. Because when you move from the dollar and you look at providing value to people who want to go into business, why do you want to go into business? What do you want to do? What can you do to help someone else? When you help someone else, you don't worry about the money. You help someone else, the money will come.
Well, here's my point, though. I mean, you're talking about help someone else. Well, you can't help anybody if you don't know what to do.
That's why we've got
the whole idea of what this conversation was.
Yeah, but we've got the next level mastermind.
The next level mastermind does not do that. All the next level mastermind does, and maybe I'm wrong, but here's what I get from the next level mastermind, okay? All it does is it puts you in a mindset of how to market your business. It's not teaching you how to engage with people. It's not teaching you what to say to people. It's not teaching you what to provide people. It's not teaching you the value you need to give people.
No, I don't agree
That's
with that.
what I'm talking about, Judy. That's what I'm talking about.
No, I don't agree. No, I don't agree with that. Sorry. The next level mastermind, for you to deal with someone else, I can't say to you, Carl, you've got to say this, then you say that, then you say something else. When you utter those words, what's going on in here? A lot of people can't say that. For what reason?
No. You see, you're not understanding what I'm saying, Judy. What I'm saying is this, okay? We're network marketers, okay? We're network marketers, and we create our living online, okay? In order for us to provide the right messaging in whatever form it is, I'm not saying you have to say this. It's all done in the way that you are. And the coaching helps you in being able to provide the delivery of that message. That's what the coaching does, okay? But what I'm talking about right now is where people are struggling, they don't know what they're supposed to say. In other words, they don't even know what their business is. So the coaching that we have is there to teach us how to provide the message and deliver that message properly in our business. That's what the coaching does. But if someone comes to Empower Network and doesn't know what our products are, how can they deliver the message? You understand? That's the point I'm making today.
But if someone comes to Empower Network and they don't know what the products are, the person who brought them in doesn't know what the products are.
And here's my point. Here's my point. They weren't taught. They weren't taught. Okay? That's the point. And if I brought you into Empower Network and I didn't teach you anything, what did I fail to do? I failed to coach you.
Well, I came into Empower Network and I came in by default. I didn't even know I was in there, and I didn't even know anything about team consistency or any of the groups or anything until my coach got annoyed with me because I asked too many questions, and I went, right, go somewhere else. So I went to find out all those things. And, you know, I'm from the old school, Carl. I mean, if you want to build a business online or even offline, if you can't get off your backside and show initiative and go and find things for yourself, you can't have everything on a silver spoon.
I agree. I agree. And this is why I'm trying to tell you, and maybe my messaging got off wrong here, but Empower Network and Titan are two totally different products. Okay? Two totally different. They're not, the only thing that links them together is Kalatu Cloud, okay? Because each one of them has a different purpose, okay? The Empower Network products teach you how to become a top producer. They teach you the techniques of being able to deal and engage, deliver messaging, that sort of stuff, okay? Team building teaches you how to build teams. Mass influence teaches you how to attract people to you. Then we go over to the coaching side. The coaching side, like Next Level Mastermind, is what teaches you to be in the right mindset to deliver that message on those products in Empower Network. Okay? They teach you how to coach properly because you've got to be in the right mindset in order to deliver that message. And that's where the power of this comes in, okay? Because like you, because you're a coach, okay, if you came into this program, you had no coaching background, you knew nothing about it, the chances of you succeeding are going to be slim to none because you won't know how to deliver your message. And that's where the coaching comes in. That's what the power of the coaching is. That's why when I saw this come in Nashville, this was the missing link to Empower Network, and it still is, okay? Kalatu Cloud is like icing on the cake because it allows us to do everything that we need to do with our contact base in one central location other than being all over the place, okay? But product-wise, okay, the coaching has one specific need, and then the Empower Network products have another specific need, okay? One feeds off the other. And that's the whole purpose of why I'm doing this today here. And we kind of went all over the place, and that's okay because we're all back to where we're supposed to be. But I think the messaging got off right. And I think we all understand that. But
I don't see a difference. You insist on saying that they're two separate companies and you can't see how they're joining in together. I look at it and it's irrelevant because I see the value in those products. So whether they're called A or whether they're called B, it's like all the years, I mean, I've got a house full of books. You know, there's always another book to read. There's always another audio to listen to. And, you know, the mentors that I've had over the years, what are you reading? Oh, well, I haven't got a book yet. Well, what did you read last month? Or I read such and such. Well, how many times do you read it? Once. Well, then you need to read it again. You know, it's repetition. Everything's repetition. So those products in Empower Network, I mean, they're gold. And if people don't want to pick them up and listen to them, you can't make them. You can't make people do things like that. We can lead, we can show them the way, but at the end of the day, people will come and people will go. The ones that are really interested and the ones that will see something, they're the ones that will take hold and stay there. And this type of business is not for everybody. And I think if we get too attached to the outcome of each conversation we have with someone else, that's our downfall, because we get despondent and then we go, oh, it's not working, and you know, I did this and I did that and it didn't work. We're attaching to the outcome. We have to just go with I mean, I could be wrong. I just think it's fantastic. Everybody I know here says, you look 10 years younger and I can't believe you're so happy and you always got a smile on your face and laughing. And I said, because I found my home. I found a culture of people that care about other people. They care about the person who comes in first. Now, if that person doesn't want to get off their backside and do their bit, you can't do anything about that. You send them off with love. But this culture is a culture that brings in the new people. They might not know anybody, but something inside them says, I can do something. I don't know what it is, but I can do something. We can nurture those people. We have the products to do that. So for me, I don't care whether they call them Jack or Jill.
Yeah.
They're all great.
Absolutely. And like I said, they all have their own different purpose of them. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'm delivering my message wrong today. I'm not sure what it is, but we're both thinking the same, Judy. Okay. I'm just thinking in a different thought pattern than you. That's all. But we both have the same belief in the products. I believe in all of these products. Otherwise, I wouldn't be promoting them. Okay. And I encourage them even to my team in my other program.
So who cares what they're called?
It doesn't matter what they're called. It's what the purpose of the product is.
And that's the message that needs to get across, the purpose of the product.
Exactly. And, this is why, when they separated the two companies, it's like, to me, it didn't make a difference where they were. Okay. So, and I don't even know why we even got on this, because that's not even what the subject was today. But
I'd like to.
we're kind of like way off the subject today.
I just wanted to say a word.
Yeah,
Somebody messaged me asking me what I was working on right now. That was yesterday, and I told them that I was working on Project Titan, contact management, and coaching system, among other things within the program. They just messaged me back to say to me, how come so many people left Project Titan and you are still doing it? So I don't know what is happening where Project Titan is concerned in terms of people's reaction to it.
Well, can I say something to that? I say something to that? I don't know the story about that, and I'm not really interested, but I've been in a network marketing business for 16 years, and about 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, somebody passed away in the business, and a lot of people left because the business had nutritionals in it, and they considered that that person shouldn't have passed away because they were taking all the nutritionals and they didn't work, so they left.
You're talking about Herbalife, aren't you? You're talking about Mark.
No. But this will happen. A lot of people can't take to change, and it was like this. It's always been like that. They come in and they change it around, and it's not going to work, and it's all wrong, and everything. There are people who cannot take to change, and some people adjust and some people don't. But you will get people that will come in and they'll leave.
Well, in this case here, it's not even change. We're talking about a company that hasn't even launched yet. Okay?
Exactly.
So what it is, these people have left because they don't have the patience to wait for the launch to happen. And in our industry, that's typical. And the way that you respond back is they didn't even wait for the company to be launched. They are missing out. They left way too early. And that's what I say to everybody. I say they don't have the patience to wait for the company to launch. They're lost.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even get into that. Like when a lot of the people left the network marketing business I had a lot of people, because I go to all the meetings and I do some of the training and stuff, and a lot of them came to me and said, are you leaving? And I said, why? I'm really happy where I am. And they said, well, everyone's leaving. And I said, well, if you want to leave, you can leave. I'm not going anywhere. It's how you are with what you have. If people are leaving, well, I don't know why they're leaving. They left because they left. It's nothing to do with me. I'm happy with where I am. So I think, do you know what I mean, Cosmos?
Yeah, I know. But what I'm also thinking is that maybe because of the confusion around the collateral system at the moment, which is where it is happening.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? A leader left. A leader left and said, you know what? This is way better over here. And that's what happens. People are sheeple. Okay?
Yeah.
They have a sheep herder who goes in and herds everybody over. That's what happens. And it's one person that is a leader that goes over. We've seen that exit out of Empower Network with a few people that left.
Yeah.
And they herded their crew or their group over.
And they still love
they
with
didn't
them.
leave because they didn't think the program was working. They left because they were told to.
Yes.
Okay, and that's what happens with most of them.
Yeah.
You know, so when a lot of people come to me with that, I really don't give it a lot of thought, just like Judy does. But when some people say, I go, they left because they were told to leave. You didn't make your own decision. You left because somebody told you to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you don't make any money. And that's how I leave it. And see, I'm a type of guy, I speak my word. I'm very transparent. I speak my mind. And people like me or they don't like me, and I really don't care. It doesn't matter. Right? I'm going to say what I feel. And if you don't like me, there's the door.
Yeah.
Right there. Boom. See ya. Right? That's how I feel. Because I don't have time for anybody, because I know wherever I go, I can make me and my team money. Okay? And I've done it for years. I'm known on the internet. Look me up. Google me. Okay? I do that all the time.
Yeah, but Carl, unfortunately, Carl, not everybody is like you and has self-confidence.
See, that's a BS line, Judy.
No, it's not.
Everybody is able to do everything that I do. I'm no special person.
No, I didn't say that.
Wood is not special. None of these guys that are making money out there are special.
No, I didn't say that.
Is they're dedicated and focused. When they become dedicated and focused, they make money. When they don't make any. It's that simple. And that's the only way you can tell anybody anything. You could, again, we're never going to agree on everything. Okay? We're not. Okay? But that's me. And that's why I'll tell people my opinion. Listen, John and Michael don't agree with a lot of stuff I say. Does it matter to me? Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Right?
No, that's fine.
No?
But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, I come from the other side of the fence, where I spent many, many years not speaking up for myself, agreeing with the crowd, being like the sheep, following the herd. I spent a lot of my life doing that. And until I started to work on myself and find out who Judy was and happened to like Judy, and I'm happy with my opinions on things. They're my opinions. They don't have to be anybody else's. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, that we're all different.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to get to that place. And there's a lot of people who aren't there yet. That's what I'm saying about
a lot of them will never get there.
Exactly.
Look, I had a conversation with Nicole today. Okay, Nicole's in here. She might come on and say, "Oh, why did you say this?" But I'm going to say it anyway, right? Look, we talk a lot. Nicole and I talk a lot because I'm trying to groom her and help her in order to get her confidence going. Okay, because she's coming along. She's come along a long way from 2 months ago. Trust me on that. Okay, but even in today's conversation that we had, I can't remember exactly what it was, but she said something to me that was kind of, I'm not. Nicole, get on here. Are you there? Are you listening? Or do you want to leave now because I'm going to say something? Maybe she can't hear me. But anyways, we were having this conversation and she was asking me, how do I go about certain things? And she goes, I'm not, I wish I could remember exactly what it was, but it was something where she says, I'm not this yet. And I'm going, no, you are that. You just haven't found that in you yet. Okay? And this is the thing with everybody. Everybody that's on this panel, everybody that will listen to this and go forward, any single one of you can be a millionaire earner. You just haven't got the belief yet that you can be there. That's all that it is. It's all a belief factor, okay? That you don't feel that, like when you said to me, Judy, well, that's you. No, I'm no different. All I did is I went out there and I completely tripped over my tongue, tripped over everything I did over and over and over until I was able to be as confident as I am today. And it's all a matter of building up the confidence. A lot of people don't have that. And a lot of people are scared of that.
That's right.
And that's the hurdle they have to get over. This is where the coaching comes in. This is where Will Wood is going to help with that. Okay? It's going to help people get over that that hump in their life, okay? And that's why that's so vitally important, because that's part of your personal development that comes into play, right? And as soon as you get over that, you'll be confident. You'll be on here running meetings like this, okay? Because we have everybody who sits in the background and doesn't really say anything until I bring you out and I force you out to talk, except for Judy. Judy has, well, you've got your confidence that you can come out and you could run your own hangouts now. You have that, right? Where there's a lot of people that just can't do that. I mean, Dale's got that now, right? I'm not sure about Fern and Judy and Cosmos, if you guys could come out and be as confident and just go with things, that you have that you can come out and take that power and just take the bull by the horns and go. It took me a long time. It took me like 20 years to get to where I am. It takes a lot of work to build that up, right? I still have some issues talking in public to public crowds. I still have that. When I went on stage in Nashville, I had butterflies, but yet I've been able to talk in front of 400 or 500 people. But when I got levitated to a stage, now I'm in a different place. Now it's like, oh, I'm there, and that's only me, and everybody's beaming at me, right? It's a different situation when you're on a stage. Rather than standing at ground level looking at everybody in the eye, now you're looking down at everybody and they're looking up at you. You're in a different situation there, right? That was my first time on stage, and Will Wood had to ground me before I went on. And he did a great job of that. That's the coaching. And that's the vital part of this business. But we can't forget the other side that brought us all here in the first place. Most of us, anyways. Okay? I mean, Judy, you said you stumbled across Empower Network by accident. You went and bought all the products in there. Was it a bad thing? No, I don't think so. I think that was a great thing. I think that's a great setup as it is right now. In my opinion, because I believe that everybody that comes in through Titan should be exposed to all of those other trainings. That's my opinion, right? I mean, they're going to separate it, and for whatever that reason is, I'm sure David Wood has a good reason. This is a guy who is not going to literally sabotage his own business. He built a $200 million. He's not going to do that. Okay? So there's definitely reasoning behind everything that he's doing. And anybody who leaves before that reasoning comes out, it's their loss. And that's the thing about people. People are going to come and go in your business, just like they come and go in my business all the time. And it's all because they don't have patience and don't understand this industry. Okay? And they won't take the time to understand it. This is why, go ahead.
I'm just thinking there's all the coaching and different organizations I've been in with coaching. A little book sticks out to me, and it's only a small book and it doesn't take long to read, and I really encourage anybody who's struggling to read it, and it's called Who Stole My Cheese?
Oh yeah, that's a good book.
You know that book? It's just a small book, and I try to read it every few months because when I first read it, I was one person, and then as I go on in my self-development of myself, I become another one. So it's really interesting, that book, to be able to read it and acknowledge which one you are. So when you can acknowledge which one you are, then you can take steps to make changes in that area. But if you don't know which one you are, it's difficult. Yeah. But it's an excellent book to sort of do work afterwards. Yeah.
See, and here's a good, just one sec, Dale, I just want to comment on this. See, this is one thing that you guys should take away from this. I mean, Judy just gave you a book. I mean, anybody has a book, okay? I'm sure lots of you have read books. That's a really good book to actually take bits and pieces from and give value-added posts to it. Like just certain little things out of the book, and just on your, you know, when you're doing a broadcast to your list or something. You got to go, Fern? Okay, thanks.
I'll see it.
So, you know, these are type of things that you guys should be going up for the value-added stuff, okay? We're kind of going in and out of the topic today. I need to come back to the topic every once in a while, okay, of what this is. But this is, these kind of books, I mean, you got David Wood, who's doing that book online right now, where he's going a chapter a day. And have you seen the numbers he's driving?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see that?
It's pretty nuts.
That's attraction marketing at its best.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's driving stupid numbers to that thing. I think yesterday he had like 4,800 people or something to it. It was stupid numbers, right? I mean, these are the type of things, if you start doing posts and stuff like that on there, that's why Paul Hutchins has grown so big, okay? Because he did his Think and Grow Rich things every single morning, and he's built an attraction to that, and people are going there. I mean, he has hundreds of people on that thing in the morning, and he does that at like, I think 8 a.m. Eastern is when he does that, right? If I'm correct, or 7 a.m. Eastern, something like that, right? And he still has a few hundred people that go to that thing, right? And it's because he's providing that value-added stuff every day. We will be that much more successful in everything. And getting back to what the original topic here was of modules 5 and 7 in top producer, you'll learn about this kind of stuff. And everything that we talked about here today all basically comes back to this. I know the topics kind of flew around things like they always do in my things, right? Because I can never keep on track, right? But this is, you see, I don't know. I think there was a lot of value added here today. So
Yes.
Anyways, Dale, you wanted to say something.
I think just going back to, you had a perfect segue there, when you were talking about different people that, maybe are not able to, voice their opinion or step out and lead a hangout or those types of things. And that's what, the next level mastermind, that's what Will can help them with. And I 100% agree there.
Yep.
And that's where that is powerful. Now, where Empower is powerful is teaching the nuts and bolts, the how-to stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why, to me, like you said, the Project Titan material is not going to make a hill of beans to you if you don't have the nuts and bolts first.
Yeah, you need to have everything, and that's why.
And that's what really threw me is like, well, we're missing the point here, because what made this company great was the nuts and bolts, and it seemed like we were losing that because the focus now is about coaching, and that's all great. But if you don't know how to do the marketing, how to create value, how to, how to build teams, how to do all those things, the coaching doesn't.
I don't think we were actually losing anything. I think what we were is we were just forgetting about the delivery of everything. That's what I think happened, right?
Okay.
I mean, what they did is they shifted focus completely to one side, forgetting about the other side. And what I'm trying to do and trying to help everybody here with is let's make sure, because when they added the Titan products, that was the completion to Empower Network in my mind. That completed it. We needed that part badly in Empower Network. Now, again, we got off track because at the moment I said we separated two different, all of a sudden, boom. You see how we separated? When I brought that up, we separated even the conversation of this. We went in two different directions. Whereas what I was trying to do was to complement them both together and keep everybody focused on the same. And we went like this, right? And it was like, man, that did not work the way I wanted this thing to work today, right? So, it happens though. I mean, but the whole purpose is that we have absolutely powerful products all the way around, but I believe they need to all be working together. So we should be promoting them together. Right? And what we did is we separated ourselves, which I think was not a smart move. We could have easily gone out and promoted Titan very, very heavily, but still keeping Empower Network in the loop. Now, whether the purpose was to separate the two because of they're going to separate it to, I don't know. I don't know what the whole logic was around the launch of it. You know, I was still promoting both of them together. And then eventually I walked away and went with everybody else and went Titan, right? And then I had people coming back to me in Empower thinking I abandoned them because some of them didn't go into Titan, right? And then all of a sudden, all of our meetings changed to all Titan, and there was no things with Empower Network anymore. You understand? And this is what sometimes happens when this kind of thing comes about, that there's not everybody in the company went to Titan. And you can't drop one thing. Even our Empower Network, the Empower Hours went Titan. And it's like, what are you doing? Right? You can't be doing that stuff. Because Empower Network has always been Empower Hour every Monday. And then it turns around and becomes Titan Hour. And then everything that's done throughout the week, you know, they never did Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, or anything for Empower, but it all went Titan. And then, you know, you got the people who are still in our business that are feeling like they got abandoned. And I get that because I was there at one point in other companies when that happened. And it's a big piss off to people. It really is. So the whole purpose of what I was trying to do here on this call was trying to bring it all back for full circle again, back to where everything came about and how we need to make sure that everybody is aware of the power of all of these products that need to work together, right? So here we are at 15 minutes past the hour, and I don't know how many people are going to make it to the end of this thing to actually get the full message now. You see what I mean? Like they probably go halfway through. They go, "Oh, Carl just won the handle. Judy and him, you know, maybe we'll get a lot of people looking at this because you and I are having a sword fight, right?" I don't know.
People are thinking that Project Titan has already launched because they watched some video that Will did a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Not Will, David. So they're thinking that they're thinking it's already launched. Yeah. But it's still in pre-launch, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what they call a soft launch right now. So it's almost there, right? So I believe they're probably going to launch it at the event. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen, right?
Yeah. And it was Kalato that's launched, though.
Well, it is. It's officially launched, but again, I think there's still a lot of tweaking that needs to be done to it. There's not enough tutorial audios or videos in there yet, so that's probably being worked on and all kinds of. I don't know, and quite frankly, to me it doesn't matter because I don't use all the modules in there. I'm not doing the video pages. I'm not doing the audio pages. You know what? I'm doing what's absolutely necessary to get my message out to the people I need to get the message out to. So just like I would be if I was in GetResponse and stuff, I'm sending out broadcasts through the daily messaging. I'm doing that. Okay? Nothing has actually changed in my business. It's just what's happening is I'm getting more deliverability in the Kalatu Cloud. So I'm getting more people opening up my messages in Kalatu Cloud than I was in GetResponse. And to me, that means everything. Okay? I'm getting 15, 20, 30% open rates in Kalatu Cloud versus 1 to 3% in GetResponse. That there alone is worth it for me just to do messaging in there. Yeah. I haven't done the video stuff yet. You know, I spent over an hour creating a video page today, okay? Which to me was too long. And I'm sure once they have a tutorial out there, there's probably a faster way to do it than what I tried to figure out. I'm not waiting for that, right? I'm in no hurry for any of that stuff. Everybody's always in a hurry to do all the modules and use everything that's in there. You know, when you do that, you get away from your income-producing activities. Yeah. Okay? And the one thing that we have to be doing every day is your income-producing activities. You know, the one thing I walked away from was my blogging because I spent too much time on here, and I've hurt my blog now, right? Because I didn't blog for 9 days, and I blog every day, right? So you know, I got away from everything that was working to concentrate on something that was new that I didn't really need to concentrate on yet. Okay? Here's the important things that you guys need to do with Colatu or with Titan. And this is my opinion, okay? Use the basics in Colatu Cloud, okay? Which is getting your leads in there, okay? And then getting your autoresponder letters set up and doing your broadcasts every day. That's all you should be concentrating on, okay? You know, it's great to figure out, you know, use your weekend to figure out the rest of that stuff. But during the week, whatever it is, you need to be doing the stuff that's going to actually be making you money, okay? And then you need to attend the Tuesday night calls, okay, with Will on that. You know, you're going to get that training that you're paying for it, attend it. That's what you need to be doing, you know? And if you're there thinking, well, I don't know how to do anything, that negative mindset means that you need to be on the Tuesday night calls. The moment you're saying, well, I don't know how to do this, or I'm frustrated, get on the Tuesday night calls with Will and get out of that mindset. Because you can't run a successful business with a negative mindset. It won't work, period. Judy, you can contest to that. It just doesn't work, okay? So, again, here's the power of all this stuff. I'm not going to go on babbling for hours and hours and hours again. So, you know what? I really appreciate you guys. I hope the message was delivered properly here in the last 5 minutes that I was trying to deliver every day about, you know, getting in and utilizing this stuff. Because if you're struggling and not getting your sales, we need to get you guys focusing in the right area of what you need to be doing, because something you're doing is not working, and it's most likely the delivery of your message. And that was the whole idea of this today. So module 5 and 7, top producer. Any last comments?
No, I just need to get in touch with Dale. At a point convenient to you.
Well,
I think I've started something, Dale.
what's that?
I think I've started something now.
Hey, anything I can do to help, you know, I'm always, like I said, right now, I'm home all the time. So, you know, anything I can do to help anybody, I'm more than, and if I don't know how to do it, I'll tell you I don't know how to do it. Go somewhere else.
Okay.
Well, here's what I want to comment on that, okay? Because I've said the same thing, okay? But we have to make sure that if we're going to do that, you guys, if we're going to help one another out, it's got to be on something that's going to be an income-producing activity for you when it's completed, okay? Don't go connecting with someone on the team to say, well, can you teach me how to do this video page because I haven't figured that out yet, and you're not going to do anything with it, okay? It's no sense in that, okay? If you're going to do it and you're going to make something, I got to get this out today and I got to get this video out and stuff like, okay, I can help you do that, we'll do that. But if it's to, well, I just want to figure out how this all works, well, then you know what? Wait till the tutorials come in or try and do it yourself, because you're going to be taking other people away from their income-producing activity, right?
No,
that's not what everybody.
Yeah, I'm figuring out the video thing on my own.
No, I just use that as an example. I just use that as an example, right?
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is, you know, we talk about this, and you know, John and Mike are really adamant about that too, and I back them 100%. That, you know, if we're going to provide assistance and stuff like that, like they've even come to me and saying, you know, they're happy that I'm doing, you know, the trainings and stuff like that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but make sure you get the point across that it's going to work for people, because I don't want my team on there for an hour and a half if they're not producing, you know, an income producing thing. Okay, I get that. Okay, that makes sense. And that's why I say, you know, come on, don't come on, doesn't matter. They're always recorded. You know, sometimes I'm on here by myself. I don't care. Then usually not that long when I'm on here by myself, because then I just keep on target, right?
No, I prefer to be on with the interaction, because with the best of intention, with so many other things to listen to, sometimes you really don't, unless you're looking for something specific, you really don't get back to all the recordings.
Well,
because there are other things that
each other's brains too, and that's why I like this.
Yes,
that's why I like using the Zoom, because we can all communicate this way. You know, we can have sword fights with words and stuff like that, like I had. Right?
And pay for the extras.
So you get some little you get a little entertainment. But we all love each other here, you know.
That was, Carl, that was one of the, have you heard of Landmark Forum?
Landmark Forum.
Yeah, it's all over the world. It's a personal development thing. I did all the programs, the whole curriculum for living. It took me about 2.5 years. And one of the programs in there was about listening, and when you say things, how it lands for the other person. And that came in my mind when we were talking, because you would say something and it would land with me this way, and then I would say something and it would land with you that way, and it was getting the same thing, but it was getting like mixed up. So that's what conversation does, you know. I'm trying to tell you something, but in the way I'm telling it, it's not landing with you the way I want it to. You're taking it another way and the other way. So that's
it's even worse when you're texting, right?
Yeah.
That's why texting is the worst.
That's why I hate texting.
I hate it.
It's like, what are you talking about? Well, what did I write? Oh no, that's not what I meant to do.
and then when the spell corrector changes the word totally,
and you miss it.
Changes everything that you're writing.
Well, here's the thing with the human mind is that you think faster than you type. Okay, you think faster than you talk, but you talk faster than you write. Okay, so the thing is, when you're talking, you can get the information out a little bit more clearly, but maybe not 100%. That's why sometimes you will see, and I see this in David Wood a lot, and a lot of other ones that are out there, and Tony Robbins and stuff like that. You'll see how they'll say something and then they pause. And then they think again, because they're thinking, how do I deliver this message properly? That's their mind is thinking. I need to deliver this clearly. So someone who talks fast like me, okay, that I'm saying something and all of a sudden crap comes out and it's like, oh, God, I didn't say that. You know, but you see Dave will say something, then he pauses. And then he goes and he says it again, and then he pauses. And then he says it again and he pauses. He makes sure that he's delivering his message. And Tony Robbins does that. You know, you'll see Vince Reed does that. All these prolific speakers, you will see that they pause when they talk. And a lot of that has to do with they're aligning their thoughts with their speech, okay? And with writers, when writers are writing, and book writers, you will see that a writer will go and he'll go for like a page, and then he's going to go back and read it. And then when you see it, like, I don't know if you've ever seen a writer when he writes a book, okay? I had a friend of mine who wrote a book. So he goes and he writes all this, and he goes back and he goes, oh, shit. And I see lines, and he has to go back and he has to rewrite it because it wasn't the thoughts that came out. It didn't come out the right way. So in actual fact, when a writer writes a book, he usually writes about 15 of them of the same book. Right? It does, because they go back and they rewrite things because their thoughts are coming out faster than they can type. And then they go in and they go, well, that didn't make sense. And then he's going to go back in and go, this is what I meant to do. And then he goes back and he types it. And then he goes back, crap, not quite, right? And then they go back and they do it. And that's what they do, okay? Is because you think faster than you can type. And you still think faster than you can talk, but talking is faster than you can type, right? So there's gaps in there, right?
Carl, I have a question. If I want to promote these the Tuesday and Thursday things, you had originally given us a Zoom link, and then we were not going to use Zoom.
No, I'm using that same Zoom link. It's the same link every Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay, so it's in other words, it's the link that you had initially put into those emails that you sent us.
Well, no, it's the ones that I posted now because I did change the Zoom room from before. And now the link that I just posted today is going to be the permanent Zoom link.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
But
and so you promote
promoted. No, I don't want non-members on this. I only want members on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's
no,
why
I've got to get the members first. I had to
kill that link because I was sending that out to anybody to come in. I didn't want that happening anymore.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So now I just want members in on this because the stuff we discuss on here really will confuse the hell out of non-members, right?
Well, that's true.
You know, so this is just here to personally develop us to be better at what we can do, okay? Because literally, I want us to be the best friggin' team that this company has ever seen. And I think right now we are there. And I'd just like us to stay there, okay? Because there's a lot of leaders that have left this company. And we, I believe, are the strongest team that existing. The only ones that would be contenders to us would probably be Tracy Walker and Lawrence Tam.
Yeah.
Right? You know, because our major team leader is gone. Okay? We don't really, you know, you've got John Oakes and Michael Martin who are independently sponsored by Alex, but are working together. I'm independently sponsored by Alex. So none of us are in each other's downlines. None of us. Right? But we're just here to help each other become more, because the more that we can provide success amongst the team, the more people we attract to us. Okay? You know, and the one thing you guys should always be doing in your correspondence and stuff like that is always have your name with team consistency below it. Okay?
Oh,
so that
okay.
they are labeling you to that specific identity. Okay? Like everything I send out has my name, team consistency, my Skype, my phone number, my Facebook. That's what my signature is.
Yeah, the other thing which I do is when I send out the email notifications about the trainings, I sign my initial signature when I put down Judy, either Judy B or Judy Braunstein, and the team consistency team, or the Titan team, you know, depending on what it's about. So,
you know, I would not make it that way. I would just say team consistency because we're all the same, right? If you just put team consistency, because, you know, if your members come in, the first place you're sending them to is team consistency, which is both about Titan and Empower. So don't confuse the fact. Just team consistency is who we are, and you don't need to say Titan team or anything like that. Just team consistency. That's it. And I'm sure John and Mike would agree with me on that. If not, I'll get a text message from them saying, don't do that, whatever. We'll find out again. You know, I have to be very careful on these because you guys aren't part of my own personal team. You know, the only one in here is Nicole. But I'm here to help you guys in any way I can. Okay? Just know that. Okay? So, anyways, I'm going to stop the recording here.